with a third back-to-back for you. And today I'm focusing on two different areas, your abs and your glutes. Now this ab exercise I'm going to show you is quite a challenge, but not only is it great for your abs and your back, but it puts your weight down through your wrists. So if you've got any problems with your wrists or your hands, or perhaps even your shoulders, this might not be the one for you to do this week. But I'll show you the two exercises and then you can have a little think about it. So I would like you to be on all fours with your weight directly under your shoulders. It's really important when we're on all fours to have our weight under our shoulders rather than have your hands forward like this, because it's not particularly good for your shoulder joints. So when you get yourself into this position, for any exercise really, you want to double check that your hands are under your shoulders. Now, can you see I've turned my toes out behind me, and I've got my knees and my feet about hip width apart. Okay, I'm pulling in my tummy. You can't see very much, but I'm pulling in my tummy. And then all I'm going to do is take a deep breath in, and as I breathe out, you're going to lift your knees up off the floor enough to slide out a piece of paper. Can you see that? It's really marginal. There's a tiny, tiny lift. It's called a bear lift. And the trouble is that we get so, I don't know, carried away with these that we start lifting up and down like this. And that's not a bear lift. That's not working in my tummy in the same way. So deep breath in, breathe out, lift. And you're going to do 10 of those. And we'll get the tough one over and done with quicker. And then the second exercise is a dog cock your legger, for want of a better word. So you can see I've moved my feet from my knees. Instead of being hip width apart, I've now moved them together. And I'm going to lift one leg and the other leg. If I go sideways on, frontways on, so you can see one leg and the other leg. And notice my foot doesn't get left behind. My foot comes up as well. So lift up and down. And right and left counts as one. So what you're going to do is 10 bear lifts, by which time you'll be quite exhausted. Rock back, take a bit of pressure off your wrists, and then do 1 and 2. And then 9 bear lifts. And then 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. And so on in exactly the same way as you have been doing with these back-to-backs. I think it's probably best to get the bear lifts, the maximum one, done first, up with the glute lifts for that exercise. So working in that direction. But if you prefer to do it the other way around, of course you can. Now, the only thing I will say, if anybody who's watching this has got any problems with their pelvic floor, that you notice any doming, or you worry sometimes that you're not quite as controlled of what's going on as you want to be, instead of doing a bear lift like that, you might do a Superman. Sorry, my thing's in the way, isn't it? A Superman where you take one leg out and the opposite leg out, like that. It'll take you a bit longer because you need to do right and left, but it's an alternative exercise that takes into consideration if you've got any problems with your pelvic floor. Hope you enjoy that. Let me know how it goes, and you'll certainly get a tingle in your glutes. Bye.